You have no idea the amount of ignorance we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. This is a preview episode for episode 183, Antebellum. Look, a bunch of people have asked us, are we going to do this movie? And we should do this movie. So now we're doing it. Congratulations. For those of you who guessed correctly. So this one is starring Janelle Monae. I'll give you the synopsis. Successful author Veronica Henley finds herself trapped in a horrifying reality that forces her to confront past, present, and future before it's too late. The past is slavery. So I don't know why they seem to be burying the lead there a little bit. Yeah, so she's like a modern woman through some sort of circumstances. I don't think any of us have watched it yet. She finds herself back on a slave plantation. And, you know, so I guess this is sort of a horror thriller scenario. Yeah, being trapped in slave times seems pretty fucking scary. That seems like a nightmare for me. So I can appreciate the premise at least. So we'll see. So look forward to that review next week. It's on video on demand right now, so you can check that out, and then we will go in depth on that next week. The random topic this week is, unfortunately, all about the Breonna Taylor situation that's unfolding. I say unfortunately because I know people want to talk about it, and obviously we've been reading about it and staying abreast of it as it's come out today. But it's always miserable to talk about these things because they go exactly how we always assume they do. I don't think we need to go through and relitigate the Breonna Taylor case. I think everybody kind of knows what happened, but 10,000 foot view. They killed a black woman while she was sleeping in her bed because they thought she was a part of some sort of drug dealing situation. She was not. And her boyfriend was also there. He was shot once. He also shot a cop because the 3 cops who came into the house were plainclothes and didn't announce themselves. They just knocked the door off the hinges and just started coming into the house.
He said he shot at the ground to scare them. They said he shot a cop.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've heard conflicting reports that the guy who was shot might have been shot through friendly fire.
Oh, interesting.
Here's the thing.
I am not an authority, so just take that.
I don't know. And nobody here is, right? Like,
yeah,
so
no, I'm not an authority, but from what I've heard and from what has been reported is that there were 3 cops. One of them was on the porch. 2 of them came inside. One of them was on the porch. When he came in on the porch, the blinds were closed. And when he heard gunfire, he started shooting through the blinds, blindly shooting into the apartment. So
right.
There's that. So he probably shot one of his colleagues. But, it is what it is.
Yeah. So,
ballistic should be able to figure that. I don't know.
Yeah,
let's get real. If that did happen, they're not going to release it.
They're not. No one's gonna admit to that.
No.
And no body cameras. This whole thing happened. Like, nobody is surprised, right?
Well, no, we're not. But let me just, for the few people who don't know. So the indictments came down today, and 1 cop was indicted for basically
endangering other people.
Right. Not anywhere in his indictment did it say anything about the murder of Breonna Taylor. So just so we're all caught up in how shitty
because
this
it was
situation.
Probably the one that was shooting into the apartment.
Yeah,
not knowing
just
what
randomly
he was shooting at.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Micah, you were saying none of us are surprised.
Yeah, none of us are surprised. The surprising thing to me was the race of the attorney general. I bet that is.
I wasn't surprised. I saw it. I already saw him.
Yeah, Daniel Cameron.
I didn't know. Not that that if he was white, I would feel any different. But like, I feel like that guy has now kind of pushed him. I'm assuming he's Republican.
He is, in fact.
Okay.
I have his Wikipedia page up because I want to talk about him. Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like that guy is, I just heard the audio and then I saw what he looks like. Not that, him being black is anything, but saw what he looks like. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. This is going to play really well on his side of the aisle. And then the cynic in me is like, this guy's saying all the right things that the other side of the aisle wants to hear. Sounds like an audition tape. Like this sounds like a strong resume builder to kind of get his name out there on the right side of the aisle. And I'm not saying that's necessarily his intention. He had some very difficult news to give. I don't know why we have.
He spoke at the RNC, by the way.
Okay. I don't know why we have grand juries. I don't know why we have juries of our peers, because quite frankly, a lot of us are dumb. Like I need people who are highly intelligent to be able to try and litigate things like this, right? Like on the one hand, right? Like we can't all discuss things like this on emotion, right? Like facts do come into play.
Sure.
But at the same time, we can't rule out emotion. We're not Vulcans.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we have to get into the mindset of and the emotional state of that dude blind firing into the crowd and endangering way more than just the people across his neighbors or whatever. They're endangering the people inside, because you're not supposed to murder people before you bring them in. Like this isn't the old West, right? Like
the old West wasn't even like that shit wasn't even cool then. Like
right. Hey, you got more money, bringing them in alive.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows you try to bring people in alive, man. And look, I know cops have a hard job, but like if you get, it's a job, yo. It's a job. And look, I ain't doing it because I wouldn't be able to. And I know that. And I feel like a lot of people who are cops need to really sit down and just evaluate whether or not they need to be in that job.
So a couple of things. I can't help but
This nigga's mad young.
Yeah, he's like 35 or something.
Yeah, he's born in 1985. One, he's the first black attorney general of Kentucky. Just a side note.
Okay.
But he's interestingly, Cameron is the first Republican elected to the office since 1944 as attorney general, and
since
the first
World War II ended. Yeah.
No, but no, not the first African American since 1944. The first Republican attorney general. That's how long they've had Democrats as attorney general. Like that's crazy.
That's interesting in Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, like some states are weird like that, right? So the thing here is I can't help but we're 40 some odd days away from election time. So I like, electoral politics is at the forefront of my mind as much as I would wish it wasn't. He was elected. And this guy was asked, I think today, how many African Americans were on the grand jury. And he says, well, I'm black. That doesn't answer the question at all, which tells me that there were probably zero or a very few amount, right? Which to me matters a lot. It may not matter to white people, but it absolutely matters to me, and I'm sure it matters to the two of you. But he was elected, and he didn't win in like a landslide victory or anything like that. But this is what happens when you don't vote. You get people like this who are willing to make their careers off of a woman who was innocently killed while she was asleep. Right? Like when, like you can make an argument I don't think it's a good one, but let's go for broke, going the other way. Let's remove all logic. This woman was the kingpin of of drugs in Louisville, Kentucky, right? I'd say she was. You don't just kill people. That's not how the law works. You're not Judge Dredd. Like you're not judge, jury, and executioner. You go and you arrest people. They broke into this woman's house. They kicked the doors off the hinges. Like that's not my statement. That's a fact of the case. They kicked the doors off the hinges, and then they just came in and started. They were like, "Oh, we started shooting when somebody shot back." Y'all were in plain clothes in the middle of the night. Her boyfriend wakes up and was like, "Yo, there's 3 people in my house." Yeah, I'm not a gun guy, but yeah, if you own a gun and you see 3 people walking around your house, yeah, you probably start shooting. Like, we getting robbed. Like, what the fuck? So he shoots a cop. That's the report. That's their argument, right? Okay. And then he gets charged for attempted murder of a cop. You're 3 plainclothes cops who didn't announce themselves into your house. They kill this woman in a hail of gunfire, right? They kill her, and this AG is a part of this. He's a part of this case. He's supposed to be the person who could have possibly indicted these cops for murder because they murdered someone. That's not an argument. They did, but he didn't, right? For whatever reasons, like Micah said, it could be quote unquote a political audition tape. It could be that he's just a piece of shit. I would argue it's probably both, right? But elections matter. So when people just talk about elections, know that when you vote in November, you're not just voting for one person. I don't like XYZ at the top. There's other things happening. There are things locally happening.
There's a whole ballot.
It's a whole ballot of dude. Every time I voted, there have been judges and AGs and shit like that on the ballot. And people are just like, I don't vote. But voting for president isn't the only thing that happens. Like, this is stuff that is local that affects you directly. And I'm not blaming the people of Kentucky. I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, this is what happens when people say they don't vote.
Yeah. And the people that don't vote, like, they don't even bother with local elections.
No, they don't go at all.
They don't even think about local elections. All they're worried about is, like, president.
And then wonder why nothing get done. Wonder why nothing get done. Yeah. Like, I saw in your Look Forward group, someone was asking for advice on, because they know a couple people who are registered to vote but are adamant about not voting for whatever reason. And she was like, how do I convince these people to vote? I mean, how many more dead black women do you need as an example? Like, how many more of today's as we are recording do you need as an example? Right? Like, it's not hard, man. Like, I get it. Sometimes you want to put your head in the sand and not have to worry about being an adult and all that. But like, every couple of years, like, if there's an election coming up, information is literally in the palm of your hand. If you don't know, I mean, I've never done this, but at a voting booth, if you don't recognize a name, just whip out your phone and do a quick Wikipedia search. They're all on there.
Yep.
And you can just kind of see what, and they're if there are controversies, there will be a nice little heading that tells you what they are. And then you can just go from there. Like, it's just do a modicum of research. And now with voting by mail, I felt empowered because I'm looking at the thing and I'm looking at all the people and I'm like, let me Google this name because I've never seen it before. And you just get information and you make informed decisions. That's how you become an informed voter, right? Like, people say,
by the way, you know what you can do? Even, like, that's a good point. But you know what you can also do? You can get a sample ballot online and you can see what's on the ballot before you go. You can make all your decisions before you go and be like, oh, shit, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's on the ballot. Like, I'm going to vote for him. Like, you can figure all that out. You can read up on the issues. You can do all of that and then go. It's not that hard.
And then be ready.
And be ready.
Why people stand at polling places handing out pamphlets right before you go in, because it's a psychological thing. If you don't recognize somebody, but you got a pamphlet of that person's name in your pocket,
That's all it is.
you're more than likely to vote for them. And that could be, and he can be some crumb bum scumbag, yo. But it's so much easier to just get the information that you need to make informed decisions. Nobody wants to make an informed decision, but that's not a reason to not vote. Like, do a little bit of homework, yo.
That's
a
it.
little bit of it.
But look, I cannot stress enough, like, judges and district attorneys really do affect your day-to-day life. They do.
Those are the people, yo. Those are the people, yo.
They do.
I mean, like, look, as much as it's probably a bad argument right now, like on the little shit, like, Trump ain't gonna matter for you on the little shit, right?
Right.
Like, what was Biden ever done for me? Or for me in my one square block. Like,
Yo, that's the dumbest way to look at politics, yo. I hate that, yo.
If you're only concerned about your one square block, then you need to figure out who represents you in your one square block, and you need to figure out what they're doing, and then start from there. And then that's how you expand, and that's how you grow, and that's how you learn more. I don't know, man. It's just, everything about it is sad, and I hate to use this woman's death as a soapbox to stand on, because part of me feels kind of weird about that, right? Like, sure. I feel like I'm exploiting her death to tell people to go vote, and honestly, to vote the way I want you to vote. But I can't.
What I would say is, you don't even have. I mean, look, yes, it would be great if people voted not for fascism. That's crazy, but. What I would argue is just more people vote. I'm not afraid of losing if more people vote, because more people vote, you go, well, one of these don't make any kind of sense and the other people do make sense. Like, so I'm not worried about losing on the issues. So just vote. It's a part of your fucking, so you get, like, if nothing else, you get a right to complain. Like, right. You do. If you're sitting at home and you're not doing anything, you don't give a fuck, and you're just like, yo, they'll never change nothing. You vote? Nah, yo, I got time for all that, right? Like, you have a right to complain. If nothing else, you have a right to complain. If you vote every year and it's like, yo, this shit is still not changing, then you have a right to complain. You don't have a right to complain to me if you don't even do the basic shit.
Right. If you don't participate in the process,
right?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Stop listening to multi-million-dollar rappers telling you to maybe hold your vote hostage.
Yeah. Guess what? They benefit. I don't care if it's Ice Cube or not.
Way.
They benefit. Well, they benefit from a rich guy who cuts taxes.
Right.
I'm not saying Ice Cube is a Trump fan. I'm not saying that. But I can tell you, Ice Cube wake up the next day after the election and Trump is still president. He's like, I'll probably be all right. He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be okay.
Today was a good day.
Right. It don't matter to him. Like, financially, it don't matter to him. And again, I don't know his, like, personal politics and shit. I really don't. Just as
a couple weeks ago, like, why do you think two black folks became billionaires this year within the last 4 years?
Bingo.
Why do you think that happened? Kanye and what's his name? Tyler Perry.
Yep.
Within the last 4 years. Or 3.5.
Yeah. They cut the shit out of their taxes, dude. They gave them every end around so they could make as much money as they want. Stop listening to, and look, it could be even rich people you like. Like, I don't hate Tyler Perry. I'm not a fan of his movies.
He's rich.
He's rich. But like,
if I was rich,
come on, yo.
Yeah, I'm not going to take those tax cuts. I mean, I would probably do something different with the money.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm going to use that. Fuck you. Like, why not?
This is free money. Turn it down. So yeah, like, just recognize that. Like, stop listening to rich people try to tell you how to hold your vote. Don't change the system. Like, oh, really? Yeah, because you benefit from it. Like, don't be a sucker, man. Don't be a sucker. Just a side note, go to ballotpedia.org. You can get a sample ballot for any state, by the way. I'm looking at the Maryland one right now. So yeah, look, the Breonna Taylor thing is really a tragedy. As I saw somebody put, and I think is a really good point. The law right now values drywall more than it does a black woman's life, right? And it's a wild thing to say, but like they literally were like, oh well, we got to make sure this property doesn't get messed up. That's why we'll indict this guy, not because he killed a person, right? And a black woman specifically. Police are not there to protect us, dude. They're there to protect property. Like in American society, property has become a more valuable thing than people. And when you're talking about people, that's true. When you're talking about people of color, it's definitely true. And if you're talking about black people, it's triple true. They don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, anytime you hear Republicans talk about rioting, they're more worried about what about the local Macy's that got destroyed? Yeah, why are they rioting though? Oh, well, they killed an innocent black man for no reason. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just a side note. It always is just a side note. And this is sadly no different. When they talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, oh, well, he was crossing state lines to protect
Right.
his community. No,
It wasn't his community.
Right. He crossed state lines to quote unquote protect property. Because for some reason in America, and I could take one big fat guess, property is valued over human beings, and especially people of color. So, yeah, I wish I could pretend to be surprised by this. I really do. I was hoping that the fact that they killed someone while they were asleep might be one of the, hey guys, we really are not going to be able to roll this one past them. So I don't know. I don't get it. Terrence, what are your thoughts?
I ain't got nothing, Like I'm not surprised. Cops are trash. Cops and AGs work together all the time. For the most part, they're like friends and shit. Well, the police departments and like attorney generals and all that, they're buddy. They're just like politicians. Like,
yeah, I mean,
they'll talk a bunch of shit.
The attorney general is the lead law enforcement officer of the state.
Yeah. So like, what do you? Again, they don't care about us. They don't care. Like, these dudes just shot wildly into a fucking apartment building, into an apartment, and just, I don't understand how her boyfriend didn't die. That's the one thing I'm just confused. He was the one that shot, but she ended up getting shot 8 times. It's very strange to me.
Well,
this whole case doesn't make any sense. But
when you close your eyes and you shoot gangsta style, which is what I'm assuming was happening, and when you're blind firing, you're gonna hit a woman 8 times,
right? And then don't help when she's in the middle of it. Anyway, it's just, all of it is awful. Yeah, I got nothing, man. It's just all fucked up. And they declared a state of emergency yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I saw that
prior to the actual announcement, because they knew that's not like what they were going to announce wasn't going to be enough, and it isn't enough.
Like, if I kick your door in and shoot the place up, I'm going to prison. Yeah.
If I survive.
Yeah. Well, if you survive, and
say they're gonna torture your ass. They'll make sure to take you alive because they're gonna torture your ass.
Right. So,
well, So I mean, there's that, right? Like this idea of, okay, they kill this woman while she's asleep. Then we have, another case of, you've got a woman killed when she's asleep. You've got people being killed who, shot in the back as they're just gingerly walking away. They're not aiming for a gun. They're not doing anything. They're shot in the back. I guess my line is, where is the line? Like, where the fuck is the line where they just go, all right, guys, like, cops, we're going to have to indict someone for murder and someone's got to go to jail. Like, apparently there is no fucking line.
If someone, like, the line has to be is so qualified, right? Like, one, the body camera's got to be on. Two, somebody else's body cam has to be on. Three, there has to be surveillance. Four, you have to see the person, the cop shoot the person. Five, you have to see them saying, "Take this, nigger." And then six, you have to shoot them execution style. And then seven, you got to sit on top of them and then put the gun in their mouth and shoot them. Like it.
Right. Oh, and eight, they could have never smoked weed or done anything wrong ever. Ever.
Right.
Can he, by the way,
has to be a saint.
But and just to add, if you go into their apartment and do all of this, that's still okay. You can break into their apartment and do it.
That's correct.
I don't understand it. Where is the fucking line? Like, we value human life so very little in a society that loves to proclaim it being so like pro-life and so Christian and all this other stuff. And that's not a bag on religion. That's a bag on people who use that as lip service. Okay. Like, I don't get that. Like,
right. All these pro-life people, all these people who
where are they?
Don't want abortions to happen. I mean, her life was aborted. She could have lived a long life, dude.
She's like in her 30s.
Or 26.
Right.
Or 26, okay.
We need to expand the definition of abortion.
Or pro-life.
Maybe then we will get some sort of lip service paid to us.
Yeah, I doubt it. I fucking doubt it.
Justice.
I mean, she was executed. Like, she was executed. Like,
and that's the interesting thing. Like, they shot someone 8 times. Like, I don't know if these people that are like fine with it have ever shot somebody or like a bullet is designed to kill somebody, right? And it's got to be painful to get shot. I've never been shot, knock on wood, but I can't imagine it's a very pleasant feeling to be shot and then to be shot 8 times, but not instantly die. And they didn't do anything wrong.
Right, because she didn't die. She didn't die in the bed. She died in the hallway.
Instantly. She died in the hallway. Right. She was still alive for like 7 or 8 minutes or some shit like that. And no one administered CPR, any kind of first aid to help her. Like, as a person, when you hear something like that, like, you don't think that's fucked up. You think that's just justified. Like, I don't understand. I don't get how you understand how you think something like that is justified when they kicked in their door, no knock warrant, whatever the fuck that is. That's just bizarre to begin with. And plain clothes, you're just kicking someone's door in. Like, if someone kicks your door in and you don't know who the fuck they are and you have a gun, if any of these gun-toting motherfuckers told all that shit about, I'm gonna kill a person that comes into my house, how do you think this is fair?
Right.
Because they're cops? That's it. That's the only qualifier. Like, they're cops and they were doing a job.
They're cops. The other people were black. That's it.
And the other people are black, right? And he had a gun, but he was protecting his castle. Do they have the castle doctrine in Kentucky?
Probably. Probably.
A lot of cops.
I
just, he didn't know we're police officers.
Right. Like, okay, let's say, according to their account, he shot this cop in the leg or whatever. What if he had blown his fucking head off?
Yeah, he'd be dead.
He'd be dead, right? And you'd be like, oh, they need to string this guy up if he had made it out of the house alive, which he wouldn't have. Let's get real. Right. But it would have been, oh, this guy definitely deserves to die and all this other stuff. Like,
it would have been their word against theirs. They wouldn't have said anything about it being a no knock warrant.
Fuck no.
No, because cops just lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing. They're very good at lying. I don't believe cops tell the truth ever when it comes to like murder. When it comes to like something you didn't see them do, they're not telling
no, fuck no. No, sorry.
So yeah, they would have been like,
no, don't comment below. Don't at us, at your mama. Like, don't.
You can at yourself. Fuck you. You can at me. Suck my dick. That's what I'm going to tell you. Yeah, they lie. They do. Fuck
They lie.
Yeah, it would have been. They would have been like, yeah, he came at us. He was fired, or he reached for my gun, or whatever bullshit excuse they had.
I
shoot people.
They've been rocking that fucking bullshit line since like the 1960s. Apparently, black niggas think they're supermen, just grabbing cops' guns in the middle of a fight. No, that's not a thing. It's not a thing. Knock it off. You're not fucking Iron Man. Shut up. The whole thing is disheartening in a lot of ways, and I don't see a solution to any of this because I think the system, the policing system is broken, right? I don't necessarily I'm not against defunding the police. I think it's fine. I think it's just bad sloganeering, honestly, but I don't have a problem with that. But in this case, they thought that they thought Breonna Taylor was there were drugs being sold out of her house. So defunding the police wouldn't have done anything. They would have sent police officers into this situation. This is not like, oh, she's needs a counselor or something, right? I think fundamentally the system is broken because I'm going to pull a Kenya Barris here, because slavery. Right? The whole idea. So is
it broken?
Right. It's working exactly as it's designed, actually.
Yeah,
right.
It's not broken. It's been doing what it's supposed to be doing for the last 200 years.
Right. And it's just this idea that black people are inherently villains. White people, or in this case, cops, are inherently good. That's not true. It's not true at all.
Notice it's not. It never happens in any other profession, right? Like when Chris Benoit committed double murder homicide and a double
murder suicide,
the WWE was taken to task for what he did. Whoa, what are you doing?
WWE,
right? The WWE for hey, what are you doing to these wrestlers? Why would he do if LeBron James were to go out and punch a fan, the NBA would be the people would be yo, NBA, what the fuck is up with LeBron James? Why are you just gonna let him do that?
Right.
But being a law enforcement guy is the only profession that we just blindly follow. We blindly give people kudos and shit. Now, like I said, man, they got a hard job, man, but but anybody can be one. And that's not
literally.
Nah, yo.
It's unacceptable.
You can not have graduated high school and be a soldier for the state. No, yo.
No, I think you have to have a high school graduate degree now.
A high school degree or GED.
I think equivalent. I think you could have an equivalency. I think you could have an.
Come on, yo.
Let me look it up. Because I don't want people getting super mad. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure an equivalency is fine. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a GED or a high school diploma. I just think in order to carry a gun and to serve justice,
again,
I need you to crank that education line up. I need it up
to kill a person.
Right.
You need someone that's not that bright to just walk around with a fucking gun in their fucking.
Look, anybody can graduate high school if they apply themselves, right? Anybody can. And
or stay in and just fall over the line. Okay, let's get real. And I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm not saying it to be a dick, but there's a lot of schools that just pass kids along. Look, you're aging out. Let's go. We got to go.
Right. What I'm saying is
someone who was there for 6 years.
Yo, that's
and look.
I'm not
trying to shit on people that haven't gone to college, right? Really not.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not my point.
What I am saying is, when you go to college, a good college, a halfway decent college, that's where you learn how to think, how to make decisions, how to do things, right? And that's what we need cops to do. We need them to know how to approach certain situations, not to follow orders.
Right, because
you can't be fucking grunts all the time. Not everybody can be a grunt, yo.
no, and it takes a level of like I think you should have to have extensive training in criminal justice. I think you do. I think you should. And look, that's gonna what is that gonna do for the police force? We're not gonna have as many people being cops.
Good.
But the ones that you do have
will be good cops.
Fucking excellent.
By the way, like the sheriffs, like I know like the Maryland sheriffs, like you can't have no just high school degree, by the way. Like you have to have like a criminal justice degree, and they don't have nearly as many issues. I'm not saying they don't have issues, but they don't have nearly as many because you have people who are a little bit more apt to think before acting. And like, that's important, right? By the way, as far as becoming a police officer, getting a high school diploma or a GED is the minimal formal education requirement for most police officers. Most.
Come on, man.
Many law enforcement organizations may require or prefer applicants with a bachelor's or associate's degree or a certain number of post-secondary education credits. And I'm fine with that, by the way.
But that's not a street cop. That's not a cop that's just patrol. That's not a patrol cop.
Right.
Because Michael Jai White said he took the test and they were like, "You're too smart to be a cop."
Yo, that's one of the scariest things I've ever heard. You're too smart for this job. Yo, there's not another job you can get anywhere where they're like, you're too smart to be here. No.
And the only reason why they even told him that was because he was friends with somebody on the force. They
Right.
usually were like, "No, you didn't qualify." But they were like, "Yeah, they brought him in and like, yeah, you scored too high." What?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, because
you're an FBI agent or something like that, I guess. But like, as just a cop, no, you're too smart.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna follow our orders. You're gonna look at a situation and think and think rationally. I guess I don't know how that works. It's insane.
Planting drugs on this person. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No, that seems illegal.
Look, we didn't ask you for your opinions, Michael. Just do it. Sprinkle some crack on them and get out of here. So yeah, like I think we can do better. I think they should have requirements, much higher requirements for education for cops. Like again, it's not denigrating people who don't have those degrees at all. But if you're going to carry a gun and exact justice on people, I'm going to need you to be able to go, I'm just going to de-escalate the situation instead of firing blindly into a room and getting someone killed.
When I heard that, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I was watching Vice and they brought that up. I'm like, this nigga just shooting into a fucking patio screen door, into a door with the blinds closed because it was fucking midnight.
By the way, Maryland police officer, high school diploma or a GED. That's it.
Well,
that's it.
Okay. No comment.
Yeah, I was about to say something smart. But I know someone who was a cop.
As do I.
Nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I know a couple, and it hurt me when I found out one of them became a cop.
I don't fuck with police. So
honestly, I was like, really, nigga? Come on. All of them, all the profession, he chose cop. Okay, that's cool. Sure. Because the longer you stay in, like, come on, man. You just become part of the fucking system. And you might be idyllic when you join, but like you're in there for fucking 10 years.
Any job will beat your ass down. Any job,
right? Yeah,
and that's how it goes, right?
No, but here's the thing: like,
I'm glad they don't give me a gun at work. Are you fucking serious?
Right, that's what I'm saying, yo.
Fuck that.
What I'm saying is, but this one in particular gives you a gun and fucking and weapons to take people out if you need to. I don't need that kind of fucking psychological damage 10 years into a job when I have a fucking weapon that I can kill someone with.
I don't need that. No.
That's just dangerous. Like I feel like cops should have a certain amount of, like, you have a finite amount of time to be a cop. Right?
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. Like you get like 5 years on the job and then you got to go back into regular society.
You got to quit. Like the army. I mean, you can stay in the army, but you rank up. Like, but if you want to become, I mean, I guess if you become like a captain or all that shit, don't you need higher education for that?
They go to officer
They'll pay
training
for your education.
Yeah, you go to officer training school. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, if you just want to be a fucking beat cop, no. If that's all you want to do, you get.
If you want to be Mike Lowry,
Spencer for hire, or whatever the fuck.
Spencer for hire. Yeah, you can't be Mike Lowry for like 25 years.
For 20, yeah, right. You can't. No, for 30 years on the force, you just run around shooting niggas all the time. Like, nah, you gotta go after like 5 years.
Yo, we glorify cops in movies in a wild fucking way, yo. Those two niggas never made it past basically like a low-level detective. They were like, that was it. Like, you want to be a captain? Nah, I just like driving a fast car and shooting niggas on the weekends. Like, that's it. It's unacceptable.
They also need like mandatory mental health sessions, yo. Like they need to see
yes.
Like therapy. And I'm not saying that, cops are crazy. I'm saying they see some horrific shit.
Right.
And they get desensitized to shit. Like it's just nature. It's just the nature, human nature, yo. You're gonna get desensitized to shit. And I feel like it would help. I feel like it would help people with their psyche. You know what I mean? Like, and it would help their families too, man. Like you see a bunch of, you hear, well, I hear horror stories from cops who have families who know people who have families that have been, abused and murdered and shit like that. Just because
40% of cops abuse their wives. 40%. That's fucking insanely high. 40%.
That's crazy.
40%.
Like there are ways that you can improve this job that I feel aren't disrespectful or whatever.
Well, everything is disrespectful to police when you don't want change, right? Everything is disrespectful to the military, like because they don't want to change anything. But you're right. Yeah, there are absolutely things you could change. Of course, improve the education requirement. That's one. I'm sorry, yo. Baltimore City cops only need a high school diploma. Look, I went to high school with some of these niggas. They need more education. Knock it off. Knock it off. Baltimore City?
I've worked at GameStop with some of these people. Like,
as ever.
No.
Yeah. And like I said, he's a nice guy, but like I can't believe it. You know?
Yeah, no way. I started lifting weights. Got fucking brolic and became a cop.
Yeah, man.
I was like, Jesus Christ. Really? Damn, bro. That sucks. But it is, man, look, hey, it's money.
Yeah, it's money, man.
I can't imagine being a police officer. I really can't. I just can't.
I can't because I would use my gun. I know it would.
Like, yo, Terrence.
I don't have the temperament, yo. I don't.
That's
my problem. I would be one of them shaky hand cowardly niggas that's like, oh, there's a child. Pow, 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 pow. Like I would do that.
I feel I'd be more of a maniac cop sort of situation. All right, yo, just leave me alone. Be driving around there like, oh, there's a 411 on a 125 or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to that. Leave me the fuck alone. No,
I got time for that.
I'm busy. Leave me alone. Because I get there and be mad. Like, what the fuck is this all about? Like, a cat stuck up a tree and just start shooting at the cat. Like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck this job. Yeah, look, man, I am very much a person, and I wasn't for a long time, but as time has gone on, I'm very much an ACAB person. Like, I just am. I'm not a fan.
I still won't paint with a broad brush.
I will, and I'm really against that in most things.
But I'm not gonna just be like, yo, y'all are perfect. Like, nah, yo, I'm not gonna buy a cup of a coffee or whatever. If I'm,
can you imagine? You imagine? I mean? Like, imagine you're at the Dunkin' Donuts in the comments like, you gonna buy me a coffee? I'm like, nigga, you buy me a coffee. I'll pay your salary. Knock it off.
Right? Like people do that shit.
I couldn't imagine.
Yo, what kind of bootlicking sycophant does that? No,
I'm not doing that.
Ask me
I'm not doing
to
that.
buy them a cup.
It's not even. It's
asked
not
me
even
to buy them a drink, and I was like, "Can you imagine a cop asking?"
It's not even that. It's not even that they ask, right? It's just that some people I've seen people do it. Like,
I'll pay.
No,
nah, yo.
No,
you work hard for your money. I work hard for mine.
Yeah, buy an IT guy a cup of coffee, you son of a bitch. Get out of here. Can you imagine me buying a cup of coffee? without him having his gun drawn on me? That's crazy. That's crazy. No, never. Not once, yo. Never. Sure am thirsty back here. That sounds like a real personal problem. Yeah. Word.
They do sell water.
I could sure use a Boston Eclair with this cup of coffee. Damn, nigga, come out that pocket. Like, yo, no, I'm not buying you anything. Get out of here. No. I'm not a fan. And I'm not a fan of this situation for obvious reasons.
He looks like look, I'm not gonna stereotype.
What, the AG?
Republicans, yeah.
Yeah, no, whatever you're thinking, yeah.
Yeah, look at him. Yeah.
He does. I don't know what he sounds like, but he makes me sound like you guys in comparison.
Yeah, were you about to ask what does his wife look like?
Yeah, she's white.
I
She's
saw
white.
a picture.
Yeah, she's white.
There
Come
you
on.
go.
That's the obvious.
Again, not that there's anything wrong with
Not that there's anything
There's
wrong
not.
with interracial relationships. depending on what the woman looks like, maybe I'd watch a video of them, but at the same time, like they fit a.
I'm here for the contrast.
Yo, it's fucking weak, yo.
They fit a mold.
Stereotypes are a thing for a reason.
They are. That dude,
Come on, yo.
like,
Exactly.
I could, if you lined up,
Like she bakes apple pies for a living.
Is she blonde?
No,
She's not.
but just
blonde,
look
okay.
at her. Just Google his name, Daniel Cameron, and then go to images. It's in there.
yeah, because he got married pretty recently, I think. Yep, she looks exactly how I expected. Exactly how I expected.
Right.
I would not watch this video.
Oh my god.
I would not watch this
Oh
video.
my god.
She looks like the first lady from Scandal.
Yo, she does.
Yeah,
The
she
president's wife.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, how fucking stereotypical can you be, nigga? Like, really?
Yeah,
I mean, look, I'm not here to talk about.
I am. Fuck that nigga.
I mean, I'm with Terrence, man. I'm okay with it. Trash him. It's fine.
Like, nah, fuck you, dog. Like, you young. You should be a little bit more woke, bitch ass nigga. Like, come on, you could have done more.
He absolutely could have done more.
Like you, this whole situation is just all kinds of fucked up. And like, oh, we're gonna indict this dude because he shot some drywall. Fuck, suck my dick. No. You get no passes from me. Fuck you. You and your white wife. I don't like none of y'all.
Yeah, he looks exactly like I would expect him to look.
Right. That's what I'm
I don't know what he sounds like, but I know what he sounds like. I know what he sounds like.
You absolutely know what he sounds like.
Yeah, he makes me sound like you guys in comparison.
I mean, he kind of does, right? Like, have you heard him? Have you heard him, Terrence?
No, I have not.
All right, hold on. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me pump in the audio here. Hold on a second.
As a black man.
What? Oh, there you go.
Here we go. Sorry. All right, here we go. This is gonna be fucking awful. Let me see if I can make sure this works properly before it. I'm gonna hate this guy. I know it. I just know it. I know in my heart of hearts. I know it.
I'm looking at his speech at the fucking RNC.
All right, get to the video. Fucking CNN. Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure it's terrible. Come
Yeah,
on.
he's
Ow.
Here's an ad. Great. Yeah, I like. There's nothing about this guy's profile that surprises me. I took one look at him. I'm like, yeah.
God damn it, yo. It's disheartening.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
We've all heard mention of possible charges that could be brought in this case. It's important to understand that all
Sounds
the
like
charges
Mike Pence.
that have been mentioned have specific meanings
It does.
and
Got
ramifications.
that same fucking cadence.
Criminal homicide encompasses the taking of a life by another. While there are 6 possible homicide charges under Kentucky law, these charges are not applicable to the facts before us because our investigation showed and the grand jury agreed that Mattingly and Cosgrove were justified in the return of deadly fire after having been fired upon by Kenneth Walker.
Wow.
You went into their house in the middle of the night. Why did you go in the middle of the night? Why? Why?
Were they going to be up selling drugs?
Right. Like,
You're gonna catch them in the act at midnight,
the fuck was the
2 in the
point?
morning, whatever fucking time you went in.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
You kick their door in. So you kick their door in. You thinking this is a drug den. So you're thinking, hey, they're gonna come in. They're going to shoot at us. So we're gonna be able to kill them. That's my thought process. If I'm a cop, right?
Right. You don't kick in
your door in.
Right.
Unannounced. They're selling drugs out of this place, so they probably have guns. They're going to shoot at us, and we can kill these people.
Yep. Yeah, because by the way, you could go during the day, drive a SWAT truck up, surround the house, and then go in. Like, you could just be like, come out of the house. Everybody
They'll hear that. They'll hear all of that. Like, oh shit, we're fucked.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna flush all the drugs down the toilet. That's what they do, right? That's what movies tell me.
Right. Like, it's so fucking stupid.
Bullshit, dude. They did that so they could kill someone.
Yes.
There's no other explanation to do that shit at night, like sneakily. Like that's what assassins do. You know? They don't kick doors in, but you go in to when people are like.
You go in at night, whether it's 2020 or 33 AD.
Right. Gotta save Jesus. Yeah, like you
insane.
That is exactly right. You're operating like an assassin. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, and you're plainclothes. Why?
Right.
Why aren't you dressed like cop? Boom, boom, boom. Police. Right. Like, announce yourself. Right. If they start firing, then it's on. It's fucking on. Like, right. Like, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But you just gonna break down the door and just come in. Hey, nigga, what's up? Like, three white dudes in the middle of the night? Nah, yo, get the fuck out of here. No, if three cops plainclothes came into my house, I'm immediately trying to hurt you. Immediately. I don't know who the fuck you are. We're cops, nigga. Where's a badge? Where are your cars? Where's something? Oh, I just drove my Buick here. Nah, yo, knock it the fuck off. Like, no, this is nonsense. It's nonsense. This whole case is bullshit.
It's so fucking unfair, man. Like, it's just wrong. Everything about it is wrong.
And again, white people will pretend we can't understand why black people are rioting. I can't understand why we don't more.
They don't need to. They got their black friend up there who gave the speech.
Yeah.
And was like, well, hey. And he said it. And he's a black.
Yeah. They don't. Like, they wouldn't.
That's
what he's a useful idiot. He's a useful idiot. And the funny thing is, nigga, in the middle of the night, they'll shoot your ass too. And if you think they won't, you're wrong. You're wrong.
They don't know who you are, yo. They don't know who you are, yo. They really don't.
They don't
go jogging in some sweats and and see in a neighborhood that you quote unquote aren't supposed to be in, and see how they treat you
in Kentucky.
Right,
the Attorney
in Kentucky.
General.
Yeah, fuck your ass up.
Fuck you look like. Them niggas probably didn't even know you were the Attorney General.
Like, who the fuck voted for this nigga?
Right.
I voted for a Republican. What the hell is this guy doing here? I am a Republican.
All
right. You saying what I want you to say, nigga? All right. Great. Keep tap dancing. No, I just like. I don't know the guy's personal views on anything. I just know that this case is horseshit. And the fact that no one got indicted, didn't even get, you can indict a fucking ham sandwich, as they say. No one got indicted for murder. No one. They didn't even mention her fucking name in this shit. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So, no, fuck these cops. Fuck this AG. No, just fucked a lot of them. It's just awful. This is an awful case. All right, so slavery next week then. All right, well, we'll be back next week for Antebellum.
Yo, this movie better be good, yo. I'm seeing people.
Cannot promise you that.
I'm seeing people like, oh, the twist is about the twist and all this and all that, yo. And I'm not. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything really good from this.
I don't know. I refuse to read anything about it.
I haven't read anything either, so I don't know.
This is 27, yo. This is 27. This is 27.
What's a 27? On a Rotten, maybe?
No. Why did you look? That's lower than, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
It's way lower than
I mean, but that doesn't surprise me at all.
And other
That
movies are
movie
great.
was amazing. I hope this movie's good, man. I hope this movie's good.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's.
I'm gonna blame Tiara. I'm gonna blame Tiara.
No, that's fair.
I'm gonna blame Tiara.
That's fair.
It's your fault.
Yep. You've been clamoring about it. This is what you wanted this. Either way, it'll be a fun episode. If it's real bad, hopefully, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, I hope it's funny bad.
I feel like it's not going to be.
I know. I'm just praying for rain here, Terrence. I'm praying for something. All right. So next week, Antebellum. Again, it's on video on demand, and we will see you guys next time.
See you.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.